Hello. I'm going to stay here waiting for people to come in, talking about this FISA 702 renewal, which affects us all in a very important way. Let me see when somebody gets here. It turns out that it seems that people have comments, have questions that they don't know what FISA is and how important it is for us. And I'm just going to wait for a little bit for people to come here. Hi. FISA Section 702 is the way that the government legalized spying on us without probable cause. What that means is that through the FISA application process, they obtain permission to listen in to our communications, to our email, to read our emails, to obstruct our emails. And I'm going to explain it a little bit more. I just want a little bit more people to come in here because it is super important that you write and call your senator and your legislator, your representative in Congress, not the one, not your state one. Okay, this is a federal law. What this means is, the supreme law of land governments. Okay. Yeah, but we're talking here. I would appreciate it if we stick to what we're talking about, because if not, it's a distraction. I am coming to you today because some people in the comments when I did the reel on Instagram were saying that they didn't understand about FISA. And it's really, really important that each and every one of you that lives in the United States, you need to call and write your congressman, because FISA 702 is up for renewal. Supposedly it expires on April 20th. However, the deep state operative, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, wants this law renewed and passed again a week before. Now, the problem with this is the following. FISA 702 is the mechanism that the FBI uses to spy on all of us. Normally, the FBI criminals, because they are criminals, would have to go to an Article 3 court and state under penalty of perjury that they are convinced that they have probable cause, which is a very high standard. It's not as high as beyond a reasonable doubt, which is what is needed to convict you of a crime. However, probable cause is sufficient enough to, let's say, accuse you and put you through a trial. Then there is a lower echelon, which is reasonable suspicion. Okay, those are the three basic ones. Now, the thing with a reasonable suspicion is that they have placed us all, on the terrorist screening database without so much as reasonable suspicion. So they don't even have this bottom one. In order to legally spy on you, they have to have this second one, which is going to an Article 3 court, a federal court, and telling a magistrate judge or an Article 3 judge, this person did this and this and this, and for this reason, I believe that this person is engaged in the commission of crimes, of federal crimes, right? And then that way, the judge signs an order and says, okay, I'm going to let you wiretap the phones and read their emails, whatever, but as it pertains to this. Or give them a warrant to go to your house and do a search and seizure of your things, okay? That's what judges do, but only after the agent has gone before them and told them the facts, not the made up stuff. Why can't they make up stuff? Because under these warrants, normally you have and I say normally, and I'll explain why. You have the right to obtain the warrant after they have executed it on you and taken the stuff they have taken. However, In this time and age where the FBI is completely rogue and acts above the law, people like James O'Keefe, he had a warrant served on him. And when he obtained a copy of the warrant that was served on him, it was completely redacted. And that's not supposed to happen. And I think the reason they did that is because the text of the warrant proves that they did not have the required probable cause. Now let's go back to FISA. The important thing for FISA, that the reason why I need you all tonight, no later than tonight, to write to your senator and to your representative, 2 senators and 1 representative, saying, you better vote. If you're going to vote for the renewal of FISA, you better demand that there is, and this, please write this down, that there is a warrant, an Article 3 as in Roman, the 3 little sticks, Article 3 court-issued warrant for U.S. persons. And if not, you better believe that I'm going to vote against you when the midterms are coming up. Okay? And the importance of this is the following. Through the use of this mechanism of FISA 702, this is how the boots on the ground gang stalking enterprise can do what they do. For example, if you are sending a text message to your mom saying, I'm going to go down to the grocery store, get some things. Do you want something? I'm going to go get some milk or whatever, you want something. That text message they're intercepting because of having this FISA warrant. And then when you get to the store, the gang stalkers are there waiting for you. Or if you're going to get one particular thing, for example, I like a particular brand of almond milk. If I announce that I'm going to go get it, when I go to the store, there's none left because they have taken them out. So basically, this is the mechanism that they use to make your life a living hell. And it's completely illegal, and it's completely in violation of the 4th Amendment that says that U.S. persons and legal residents are protected, their property and their persons, from illegal searches and seizures, for unreasonable searches and seizures. The court in New York has already declared that the FISA warrants under Section 702 violate the 4th Amendment. The only problem was that that court made that decision and specified it. We're making this decision particularly to this case, not to the entire United States. So what happens is we need you to call your representative and your senator. And the easier way, the way I find it is this. You can go to Twitter, you can go to Grok and say, please give me, or to whatever AI you want, give me the representative. And excuse me, the criminals do this to me every time I'm in front of the camera. The senators and the representative for this zip code, and you put your zip code in there. And I want their contact information, their website addresses, and the phone number. So what you do, you go into their website and you put the message, you write the message saying, I demand that if you are going to vote in favor of 702, you must demand the warrant requirement, the Article 3 court. And you have to specify Article 3 court warrant. Why? Because the FISA court, supposedly they do warrants, but they don't have the requirements of the Article 3 court. They don't require probable cause. They do not require, they will never tell you. They don't keep records. In normal Article 3 courts, there's a stenographer and there's a record. Well, in the FISA court, there isn't. They do whatever they want. There is nobody there to protect you. There is nobody there. You know, it's basically, it's like they get the application, they sign it, and, you know. So I don't think that those judges do the job. They honor their oath of office by because when you do an oath of office, you promise to abide by the Constitution. So these are just, they just submit the application, and they just sign it. That's it. There's no interrogation. For example, it hasn't occurred to any of these judges to ask, hey, Special Agent Dum, how many times have you applied for the same FISA warrant for Richard Lighthouse, let's say? Why? Because they don't keep a record. They don't, I mean, they have to have records, right? But they don't keep a tab on how many times. And so you have issued, so we have issued a warrant 10 times because they have to be renewed. And you, 10 times, and you still have not been able to pin him down for a crime, because you'd be surprised, right? That's the first thing that you should say. Well, how many more times am I supposed to continue? Because it's supposed to be a mechanism to prevent crime, right? But it's been 10 years and you still haven't nailed this guy for anything. It's so illegal. So I need you, please go into your AI, check who is your representative, who is your senator, and you're just going to write a brief note saying, I hereby request that you vehemently oppose the renewal of FISA Section 702. Let me show you some of the hypocrisy. There's a great representative, Lauren Boebert from Colorado. She's doing what the others are supposed to do and are not doing. So let me show you what she's being, this one here. Oh, okay, this is good. JD Vance said that it is absurd to reauthorize the program without significant changes. So this one is good. Now, Lauren Boebert, she's sounding the alarm because now this one I'm going to show you. You would think, oh, Donald Trump killed FISA. It was illegally used against me. Oh, but this is a Trump tweet, or actually not a truth because it's from Truth Social, from 2020. Now, he is asking Congress to pass 702 intact for 18 months so he can go after his enemies. Look at the hypocrisy here. What he didn't want to be done unto him, he now wants to do unto others. And that is biblical. Because you're not supposed to do unto others what you don't want them to do unto you. And here there is something more important. There's more than 280,000 innocent Americans that have been enslaved by this 702 unconstitutional section. And you are one of them. People that are listening to me, if you are targeted, this is there's two aspects, as you very well know. There's the electronic harassment and the torture that they do to us with electronic weapons, right? And then there is the psyops of the gang stalkers, the boots on the ground. So on FISA Section 702 is that these criminals rely, for example, to do a street theater on you. Oh, because they read one of your emails of how much you hate clowns. And all of a sudden you walk out, you go to the mall, and there they have a clown show because the criminals got to read your email. And they think that that's such a wonderful thing. You're going to go take your life because you saw a clown show. That's how clown show they are. That's how stupid the criminals at the CIA are. They're so dumb that they think that because they like do a little street theater of something you don't like, you're just going to go kill yourself. Anyway, but you see, you cannot ask for much from them because they're so dumb. Anyways, this other one is the most offensive one, who is Jim Jordan. As you recall, for those of you that recall, he is the chair of the House Judiciary Committee. And he is the one that did the Committee on Weaponization. And look at what a clown. In 2024, March of 2024, 2 years ago, said the same people who spied on President Trump's campaign are now fighting against a warrant requirement in the new FISA bill. Hypocrite, traitor. Now he's saying he's going to sign a clean FISA bill without the warrant requirement. So those of you in his district, give him a call and remind him of this tweet and tell him, you are betraying You are betraying the victims of government weaponization. Get names, call them back, and badger them, because it's the only way. These people need to know that they aren't, they think that some of them are really nice, but some of them they just think that they are above, that they don't have to answer to their constituents, and you are their constituents, all of you. So again, I had to do this today because I had to do this little live today, just because it seems that people don't understand the magnitude of the importance of FISA 702, that it has to contain a warrant requirement for the people in the United States. The way these criminals do it is the following. They make people from outside of the United States call you or send emails to you. And then that way they tie it to, oh, that's criminal predicate because she's talking to a terrorist outside of the United States. And then in there, the FBI comes in and takes all of your communications. Not to mention the fact that Kash Patel admitted, I was there in that hearing last Wednesday, where he admitted that he is purchasing, that the FBI, which is illegal, and Senator Wyden told him, he is purchasing data from social media apps, Facebook, Instagram. So, I am in that quagmire where I need to communicate with you, but I have to delete those apps because this criminal, they are using it for geolocation and they are reading your messages. Do not write anything that you wouldn't want to read in a court of law in those text messages, because Facebook, which is Meta, which is WhatsApp, which is Instagram, which is Facebook, they are selling your data to Kash Patel and his FBI, that he said he would not spy on innocent Americans. Another liar, because he's another liar. So there you have it. I need you all, and please, more importantly, I'm going to keep this short. More importantly, share this video with other people that are American residents and citizens and can vote. Actually, I don't know if residents, they can vote. Residents can vote. It's the ones that are not legal. I cannot emphasize this. This could literally kill or substantially maim the gang stalking program, because I know that Senator Wyden and the people in Congress are working hard to prevent Patel from buying the data from social media. But while that happens, I need you to put pressure on them. It's for your sake. It doesn't cost you anything. And it's necessary to let them know, to let them hear your voice. Don't listen to the V2K. Those are cowards, criminals that are sitting in front of a computer and will never have the guts to look at you in the eye. Please don't pay attention to them. The devil is a liar. So, the gang stalkers, they're just pathetic losers, really. When you have to make a living off hurting other people, you're nothing but a satanic loser, in my opinion. So, anyways, mom tortured. Look, everybody is suffering. I'm not going to go through the suffering things. Yeah, everybody's suffering, and it's not to minimize it. Look, I'm sleep deprived too. And you know what? I just listen to a little radio. And then at least I don't put your phone there, because the phone is used in many ways to, if you have implants, to manipulate them. But just make sure that you have a little radio and you can, at least listen to something while you fall asleep again. The more you let them get to you, the more they're going to continue doing the things that get to you. And I know that's easier said than done, but it's the only way you can fight back. Start singing Christian songs. They hate it so much. Okay, again, for those of you that just got there, thank you, Antonio. For those of you that just got here, please, you do it for yourself. And if you have 5 family members, please make them all send the same email message through the website. They have websites, they have dedicated websites that you have to put in your zip code. And if you're not a constituent of them, it doesn't let you, the system doesn't let you send a message. That's why you need to find out exactly with your zip code who is your representative. And you can do that using Grok or any AI. This is the prompt. What are the senators and representatives for the zip code so-and-so, and what is their contact information and their website addresses and their phone numbers? And that way you have the 3. It's not going to take you that long. You can just copy your message in a text file and then just do copy and paste to each one of them. Not a big deal. And it can make a huge difference. Let me tell you, Mike Davis, who is the attorney, the founder of Article 3 Project, he got 3,000 people. Gangstalk AP, I think you're a gangstalker. When you come in here and tell me that the FISA Act is going to get passed, if we get 3, you are a gangstalker. If we can get 3,000 TIs to write to their senators and representatives, you better believe it doesn't get passed. But it will get passed if nobody does anything. Because what happens is, for example, Mike Davis, he got 3,000 people to write to everybody in Congress. Obviously, they were constituents of the people they wrote to. And he got Congress to eliminate from the Big Beautiful Act the 10-year non-regulation provision that they had of AI that they had inserted in there. Okay? So he got it done. Nobody thought he would get it done. And he got it done because 3,000 people did it. So I need you to be responsible for yourself. Forget about the rest of the people. Be responsible about yourself. And if you have TI friends that, make them just do the work for them. Do the work for them if possible. If you have their email and you have their zip code, and they're lazy, they don't want to do it, you do it. Send it for 5 people with their permission, obviously. If they don't have a computer, with their permission, you can say, look, this person, this is her email, because they send her or him a confirmation email. Say, I am writing on behalf of this person. This is her zip code. This is her name. This is her email. And she wants da-da-da-da. And please contact her. Just do that, Okay, Gangstalk copy. That's good. Well, thank you. Apologies accepted. I just want to tell you something. If you come into my place, I don't want any negativism. I don't want any pessimism. Because if I was like you, there would be no one fighting for this. No one. I am never giving up. I am never stopping. And I am not going to take any pessimism from anybody. Because that's what the criminals want. That you have no hope. That you lose all hope. That you don't fight back. That you're giving it to them in a silver platter. No, you have to fight back. And fighting back is writing to your senators, 2 of them, writing to your representative and telling them, I demand that you include a warrant, Article 3 warrant requirement for U.S. persons. Otherwise, I'm going to watch closely how you vote, because I'm going to make sure I go and vote against you in the midterms or in the general elections. You have to put it that way, because this is the only way these people understand. Okay? So you need to do this. This substantially. The reason why they love it is because this is how they spy on their enemies. Trump now, who has betrayed a lot of us, because I thought he would end weaponization. And he's doing everything to not end it. Right now, he is asking the people in Congress to renew FISA intact. And that is a betrayal, because on January 20th, 2025, he signed an executive order asking for the end of government weaponization. And right now he is acting completely 180 degrees against that. He's not keeping his word. And I don't like people that don't keep their words, because it sounds like betrayal. So it is up to us. You can also call the White House Monday through Thursday from 11 to 3. You can go whitehouse.gov, get the phone number there, and just get on the phone and Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 3. And just demand you want the FISA to contain an Article 3 court warrant. Okay? Anyways, so that's all I had to tell you. Please share this, please. There's so many perps. I rarely come to Facebook because there's just so many perps here. But then the good people are so good that they make it worth it. There's some people that are just so disgustingly perpish, but then there's other people that are so nice. And it's for those people that are nice that I'm here, because those people deserve to be free. The other ones I don't care for. But those people that are so nice and that pray for me and that support me, those people, because I'm fighting for everybody. And that's why I'm here and doing this. So anyways, write to your congressman or woman and demand that if they're going to pass FISA, it contain, please memorize this, and a requirement of an Article 3 court issued warrant. Those are the words you need to remember. Because if you just say warrant, they're going to say, oh yeah, FISA court. No, FISA court does not respect the civil rights of anybody. They just sign whatever the FBI puts in front of them. Anyways, thank you so much. Please share. And thank you. Please share, because the more people get this message, this is the only way we can do this. I'm only one person, but you are a multiplying effect. Please get at least 2-3 people to send their message. Okay? Take care. Stay strong. We're fighting and never stopping.